Solomon instructed the young people of his day like a father giving advice to his child. While many of these proverbs are directed towards young people, the principles supporting them are helpful to all believers, male and female, young and old. Anyone beginning his or her journey to discover more of wisdom will benefit greatly from these wise sayings. Solomon wanted to impart wisdom to all people, regardless of their age, sex, or position in society. The short, wise saying gives us practical wisdom for daily living. We should study them diligently and integrate them into our lives. This Sunday school lesson is for June the 1st, 2020. The scripture text for this lesson is Proverbs chapter 1, verses 1 through 4, 7, 8, 10, verses 20 through 22, 32, and 33. Background scripture is Psalms 34, 11 through 18, beginning with Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1.
The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
What the book of Psalms is to prayer and devotional life, the book of Proverbs is to everyday life. Proverbs gives practical suggestions for effective living. This book is not just a collection of interesting tidbits. It contains deep spiritual insights drawn from experience. A proverb is a short, wise, easy to remember saying that calls a person to action. It doesn't argue about basic spiritual or moral beliefs. It assumes we already hold them. The book of Proverbs focuses on God, His character, works, and blessings, and it tells how we can live in close relationship to Him. Solomon, the third king of Israel, son of the great King David, reigned during Israel's golden age. When God said that He would give him whatever he wanted, He asked for an understanding mind. 1 King chapter 3, verses 5 through 14. God was pleased with this request. He not only made Solomon wise, but also gave him great riches and power and an era of peace. Solomon built the glorious temple in Jerusalem, 1 Kings 6, and wrote most of the book of Proverbs. His profile is found in 1 Kings chapter 3. Continuing with verse 7.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, Come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause.
One of the most annoying types of people is a know-it-all. A person who has a dogmatic opinion about everything, is closed to anything new, resents discipline, and refuses to learn. Solomon calls this kind of person a fool. Don't be a know-it-all. Instead, be open to the advice of others, especially those who know you well and can give valuable insight and counsel. Learn how to learn from others. Remember, only God knows it all. In this age of information, knowledge is plentiful, but wisdom is scarce. Wisdom means far more than simply knowing a lot. It is a basic attitude that affects every aspect of life. The foundation of knowledge is to fear the Lord, to honor and respect God, to live in awe of His power, and to obey His word. Faith in God should be the controlling principle for your understanding of the world, your attitude, and your actions. Trust in God. He will make you truly wise. Our actions speak louder than our words. This is especially true in the home. Children learn values, morals, and priorities by observing how their parents act and react every day. If parents exhibit a deep reverence for and dependence on God, the children will catch these attitudes. Let them see your reverence for God. Teach them right living by giving worship an important place in your family life and by reading the Bible together. Sin is enticing because it offers a quick route to prosperity or pleasure and makes us feel like one of the crowd. But when we go along with others and refuse to listen to the truth, our own appetites become our masters and we'll do anything to satisfy them. Sin, even when attractive, is deadly. We must learn to make choices, not on the basis of flashy appeal or short range pleasure, but in view of the long range effects. Sometimes this means steering clear of people who want to entice us to do activities that we know are wrong. We can't be friendly with sin and expect our lives to remain unaffected. Verse 20.
Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
The picture of wisdom shouting in the streets is a personification, a literary device to make wisdom come alive for us. Wisdom is not a living being, it is the mind of God revealed. By reading about Jesus Christ's earthly ministry, we can see wisdom in action. In order to understand how to become wise, we need to heed wisdom calling and instructing us in the book of Proverbs. For the New Testament call to wisdom, see James 1:5. Make sure you don't reject God's offer of wisdom to you. In the book of Proverbs, a simpleton or a fool is not someone with a mental deficiency, but someone with a character deficiency, such as rebellion, laziness, or anger. The fool is not stupid, but he or she is unable to tell right from wrong or good from bad. Verse 32.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
Many proverbs point out that the bitter fruit of living their own way will be the consequences people will experience in this life. Faced with either choosing God's wisdom or persistent in rebellious independence, many decide to go it alone. The problems such people create for themselves will destroy them. Don't ignore God's advice, even if it is painful for the present. It will keep you from great pain in the future. What happened to Solomon? Why didn't he follow his own advice? Thinking of Jesus' statement, Physician, heal thyself, Luke 4:23, we may wish we could advise Solomon by saying, Wise man, heed your wisdom. Can what happened to Solomon happen to us? Certainly. We will not be tempted, as Solomon was, by the beliefs and lifestyles of 700 spouses, but the need to guard our hearts and our ways is as urgent now as ever. We should view Solomon with compassion, not criticism. Anyone's spiritual failures, whether we read about them in the Bible or see them reported in the media, should humble us. Paul's warning to the Corinthians contained his own words of wisdom. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. 1 Corinthians 10:12. Don't forget to comment, rate, share, and like. Have a blessed day.